The Breakroom, a for-content production.
Alrighty.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Joey.
We're finally recording.
I know. Took a while.
On both fronts.
Yeah.
Took a little bit.
Yeah, it took
And
a
not
little
just
bit
for
of
this. Like, in general, I feel like this took a while.
Yeah, well, life happens.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, everybody, I'm Josh.
I'm Joe.
We are for content.
Yeah, and you're listening to
Breakroom.
Breakroom.
Yeah, so it's been a while since we've actually gotten to record anything, just life being life. You all know how it can be.
Oh, yes, 2020. What a joyful time for every human.
Yeah, but it's almost the end of 2021 now.
Nope, it's still 2020 Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. This never
Oh,
ended.
yeah, that's what we called it in the our first Pokemon episode.
Exactly.
Yeah, 2020.
And you've watched that video, haven't you, person I'm speaking to in the audience?
I hope so. That's how the Legend of Cabman started.
Yes. The best Pokemon. If your first
Our best
starter
boy.
is not Bulbasaur, you're wrong. I don't care what generation you're playing, it's Bulbasaur.
I don't care if Bulbasaur's not even in the game. It's Bulbasaur.
Wait, no, they've done that. I keep forgetting that they don't just keep... It's not just a continuous backlog. Every game, there's like 900 Pokemon.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know how big the... Like, they couldn't do that on, like, a
Well, I
Game
remember
Boy
the
cartridge
outrage
or a
on Sword
Game...
and Shield, and it's like, oh, we only have X amount, and people being like
Yeah.
pissed off.
Yeah, because they pulled an EA where they're going to, like, we're going to give you a third of the actual game, then we're going to give you the rest in paid DLC.
EA cucks. That's an EA Sports reference. Old enough to remember it. Do they still have that intro in EA Sports? I haven't played an EA Sports game since I was like
It's been
12.
a minute, yeah.
I had that conversation
I
with
think we were
somebody
still in
that-
grade school together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with someone, they don't consider those people gamers. If you ask somebody, do you game? Yeah, I played fucking Madden.
Yeah. But
All
anyways,
gamers are gamers. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you play.
Yeah, let's just all be content with the fact that
Yeah.
gamers are... Doesn't matter what games you're playing. It's just
You play
that the
free-to-play
community is
relaxation
growing.
games on your phone? Go right ahead.
Let's just be happy that the community is growing.
Exactly.
So anyways, yeah, this is the break room. I got the idea of naming it this because when we were doing a bunch of recording back earlier this year, we would have breaks literally in the office here. We'd get lunch or dinner, depending on what time of day it was. And we'd just shoot the shit, and it turned out some of the stuff we were saying was pretty funny. So we thought, let's get together once a week and record our lunchtime.
Wait, you mean those random inside jokes can be outside jokes? Well, they'd be inside jokes for everyone here.
Yeah.
Everyone watching will now be in on the random shit that we laugh at, which I think is fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
So yes, welcome to our break room. This is my loft in my house. Welcome
So
to my
right
wall
now our
of
office.
nerd.
Yeah, right now our office is Joey's house.
Hi, this is my home. Initially, I had a notebook of different podcast naming ideas, and one of them was Tales of the Loft.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's I feel like that has to be a D&D podcast.
I was just about to say, yeah, that sounds exactly like a role playing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I'm just now getting back into DMing after I want to say 4 years.
It's been a while.
Our first session is, fingers crossed, supposed to be this coming Thursday. It is a Sunday currently.
Yeah.
But anybody who's played D&D might know sessions don't always happen when people want them to. So we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're hopeful.
Yeah, we're hopeful.
I'm very hopeful. This is the first time I always play a fighter in role playing games. Like some sort of aggro. This is going to be the first time I'm ever playing support. I'm playing a bard, and I love it. We haven't even played yet, but I had so much fun making the character.
I don't know why when you said walk into a room in aggro, all I heard was that freaking thrift store song. Walk in the room, what up? I got a big axe. Yeah. But I'm DMing and I'm terrified because we have a nice little balance here. Some people are very new to D&D, and then some people are very much not new to Dungeons and Dragons. And
they already know how to break the game.
And they've already broken the game, and we haven't even started had a session yet. So I'm cautiously optimistic. But I've built out a world. I've got all the. Oh, I'm so excited! This is not a D&D podcast. We're not just swooping that in. No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, I have a bunch of topics that I.
Oh my!
So I have a list of topics that I thought would be funny. Like
when this
I saw
initially was
day.
going to be like a weekly thing, just wrote down different topics, and now it's a backlog of the last 2 years of stuff.
Hey, like I said, man, life happens.
I guess, yeah. Well, what do we got?
So what's great about this is because, like you said, it's like 2 years worth of stuff. I've forgotten the context of a lot of these things.
Oh no.
But yeah, so like I started taking notes of so when I very first made for content, like it was way before I made for content. This is way before this was for the sake of content too. This is before anything that I'd worked on prior to leaving college.
In the before times, long ago, when I still had grades to care about.
Nah, let's be fair. I didn't care about those grades
Okay,
either.
fair.
It was only my future in the balance. Why would I give a shit about that?
You're not actually paying that money now, so it doesn't matter. Laughs in college loan debt.
But yeah, originally, like, I didn't know I'd be doing Let's Plays. I didn't think I'd be doing, like, variety-style shows. Like, I thought because I was broke. I was a college student, paying loans, living on my own. This is when I was still living by myself.
Oh, jeebus.
So, yeah, I didn't have anyone to help share the expenses. Golf clap.
Quiet clapping.
Golf clap.
Yes. I believe we've been there.
So, like, I wanted to just make a podcast. So, my stupid fucking college kid brain back then was originally like, I'll remember all these topics later. No, it didn't happen.
Nope.
So, yeah, there's some point in time, I can't remember when, that I started writing these things down where I was like, oh,
Like a good person.
this would be funny to talk about on the show. Like when we were doing Let's Plays, or funny to make a podcast about, or like have a funny topic for specifically this one episode. But yes, because I've been taking these notes down over the course of like 2 years or longer than that.
Context. It's just
Context is just flown out the
vanished.
window. So yeah, my favorite one is which one I can't remember was Magic Poops.
What?
I'm still trying to figure out how that
Is
one
that
happened.
it? It's just Magic Poops.
Yeah, just Magic Poops.
It's not like Magic the Gathering, but Magic Poops.
No, it's just Magic Poops.
Okay.
Like I said, if I could remember the context, I would fucking love it.
I don't think it needs context. It's just Magic Poops.
One that I do remember the context for is right under it. This was this was like way back, like when you first got the house.
Oh,
you were
no.
having housewarming parties.
Oh, yes. All the good times.
Water with extra oxygen.
What? No! Don't. Hold up. Okay, I don't think you guys understand. So, my wife was showing me this documentary, and this was a long time ago. We were still living in our first apartment, and we're watching this nature documentary. And it talks about how the stale water is very low on oxygen. So the creatures here have adapted to live without air. And I'm like, you're in the water. What do you mean it's low on Okay, someone's going to comment. But you can have air bubbles in the water. Listen here.
Be the chemist.
There is a company selling cartons of oxygenated water. I'll let that sink in. Oxygenated water. Now, class, do tell, what is the chemical compound for water? Did you say H2O plus O? No! It's H2O! The O is oxygen? Have you seen, there's that old Dare commercial with these two kids standing in front of a payphone, and they're like, what's the number for 911? How should I know? It's that, okay? You cannot add oxygen to water. But you can pour it into the air bubbles. Yes, the air bubbles, but you're not adding that's hydrogen peroxide. You cannot bottle water with extra air. It's gonna float to the top and go away. So that's my rant about oxygenated water. I guess.
I absolutely love how livid you get at this topic.
I am passionate about very few things in my life.
But
oxygenated water is where I draw the fucking line. Anyway.
What were some of the other ones?
Oh, that was a trip down memory lane. I haven't been mad about that in a while.
I don't remember what this is from, but it's from something else because it has quotation marks on it.
Oh no.
Today on my unboxing video, I just got my grandma's ashes.
We were talking about... Oh my god, it was when we were up here in the loft and we had a fuck ton of boxes. It was like, we should do an unboxing because you're getting a bunch of... We just moved in, we were ordering a bunch of shit. And then at some point, because it was you, me, and my drummer Alex.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about unboxing. It was like, no, I remember. Sorry, we're having strokes over here. This is going to get slightly sad. Sarah and I received the ashes for one of our kittens that we got last year. He unfortunately didn't make it. His name was Phoenix. Good boy. Best boy. We got his ashes in the mail.
Phoenix was adorable.
We received the ashes in the mail, and for some reason we were in a laughing mood. And thought, today on my unboxing video, Grandma's ashes. All right, let's take a sniff. That'd be so...
That would be horrifying.
Absolutely morbid, but
That'd
it's
be
like,
so awful.
Oh, at least they're, she's getting some entertainment out of it. I don't know.
Oh, I did find one that I did remember the context for because it was super recent. It was last week when I went to the Ren Fair.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the Ohio Ren Fair. Anybody knows about that? It's a great place, fun time.
Way to tell them exactly where we are. Just kidding.
We literally had this discussion with the roles reversed in a fucking Pokemon episode, Joey. Remember when you thought armadillos weren't real? By the way, one of the things on here that I just remember the context for about that because of this was armadillo faster than Sonic.
Well, first off, armadillos aren't real. And if you don't get that context, if you're watching on YouTube, there's probably a link to that video. But, if you're anywhere else, there's a video from one of our Pokemon Let's Plays where I...
Joey convinced me that he legitimately did not know that armadillos were real.
I convinced myself that I didn't know that armadillos weren't real.
At first, I was like, no, he's clearly joking. And then it went on for like 7 more minutes.
Yeah.
And I was terrified.
I thought Sandshrews were the... They didn't just make them up for Pokemon? But seriously, if you describe to somebody, this is a rat that when scared, rolls into a ball, gets super hard, and then just starts rolling.
Yeah, because there's that dude, like, it's armadillo skins are super tough, because there's the that article, the dude who accidentally shot himself when he shot at an armadillo, and yeah, the bullet ricocheted back at him.
How'd you get shot?
I don't want to talk about it.
The armadillo in the corner, just staring back. Oh no, that's last night. It's Hunger Games. I was trying to think of the Wild West. I can't whistle. I need more caffeine.
I thought it was funny because I was like, oh, I'm going to show him up. And then, like, as I was about to start whistling, I was like, of course, now I can't remember what it is.
Ba, ba, ba. There you go. Just the armadillo just staring. For some reason, it now has sunglasses.
Yeah.
There's a sheen like in the anime. Anyway. This
It's
first
got-
episode is pretty much just gonna be us recapping all the things we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
In, like the last year and a half.
Well, it's just gonna be like it's the perfect introductory video. I feel like.
Exactly.
No, but yeah, the one I talked about is Ren Fair. So we were watching the what was it, the Armored Joust,
Oh yes.
and you know, like right next to it, they have the pirate show.
Oh yeah.
Which is no offense to like the art, like to the dudes that do the jousting stuff. Like they're very good at what they do.
Yes.
But when you turn your head slightly to the left and see all the stuff that the pirate guys are doing,
when you see a challenge of men on horses hitting a stick off of another stick with their pointy stick, but then you turn to the left.
and you see
you
guys
see a man-
actually hitting each other with swords.
When you see a man flung from the side of a ship into the void.
and they're doing like actual choreographed sword fighting.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's pretty cool.
oh my god, it's great. And then they also have cannons and gunfire.
Yeah. Blanks, of course.
Well, yeah. I feel like that would be
Shockingly.
obvious. But so like when,
I
when
remember
they were
2015. Those poor kids never saw it coming.
oh my god.
But they do have, and
Yeah.
I didn't know this, they have an actual fully armored, it's like a volunteer thing. You get fully decked out, and you grab a weapon, and you bash on people there.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a dulled weapon. It's like
It's
a blunt object or something like that. But you get armored up, and then you just have a good old-fashioned Game of Thrones fight to the death or pass out.
yeah.
I didn't know that was real. And I just see this dude getting wailed on, and like, I'm just like, I think he's good. I think he's good. I think he's good.
So you can stop now. No, but so yeah, there's the pirate show right next to the Armor Knights. When they were changing games from it was like when they were doing the hitting the shield for points.
Yeah.
They were switching from that to like the actual like both of them joust like
Charging
against each
to
other.
stabby stab. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the announcer was doing his like intermission in between stuff, and like he made a knock knock joke. He's like, knock knock, who's there? And then immediately after someone said, like the crowd said, who's there? Gunshots from the pirate show right next to. I was like, oh my
who's
god.
there? It's the French.
Knock knock, who's there? No one expects the Spanish
No one
Inquisition.
expects the Spanish Inquisition. What an
I was like, is this a knock
underrated
knock joke being told in Compton? Holy shit.
Oh my god! It's a cannon, not a 9.
Well, it was like multiple of like the pistol shots.
Ah, yes.
The flintlock pistol.
Good stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
go to the Ohio Ren Fair. It's a good time. Long story short. I feel like this whole podcast is a series of long story short.
We keep like getting onto tangents and other entertaining stories that fucking we can't stop giggling about.
Yes. Yeah, good stuff. Joust always confused me as far as
Yeah.
just seeing people charged to be stabbed.
Yeah, I never got it either because like even if you're the victor, like you still have another dude.
You
Like,
still
char-
put
yeah,
a
you-
horse in danger
yeah.
for the entertainment of people. I
Dude,
guess.
I never, dude, every time I go there, like, I always feel so sad for those horses, like, because they're on the stables right next to
Yeah.
the area, and they always look just, I know they're not, like, I know they're properly taken care of, and I know
Oh,
they're
very
not,
much so.
yeah, and I know they're not actually sad, they just look sad. It's like, but yeah, it's because they look so sad, just naturally, like, they have a resting, depressed face. I'm just like, I just want to take the risk of getting kicked out and like climb in there and hug you.
Oh my god, I was on this camping trip. Sorry, complete tangent now. I was on a camping trip.
That's all this podcast
And-
is. Like, it's
And
that's all we do. We just tell stories that just unfold into like 10 more stories within a story.
Storeception, exactly. I was on this camping trip with some friends from Discord, and one of them brought their kids, and this kid is 10, or one of the kids is 10, and we're going fishing, and the kid just walks over to us and within a series of like 10 seconds, goes, "You throw like a girl. Are you depressed?" I'm like, "I'm sorry?
Damn.
Is that why you're depressed? Because you throw like a girl? Excuse me?"
This kid's a savage.
For the rest of the trip, just like, "You're depressed." I'm like, "What are you talking? I'm fine." I was whittling something, a little thing called an ack stick. I might show a picture of it or something. I don't know. But
Oh, are you whittling because you're depressed?
yeah, no, she's like, "Are you holding a knife because you're depressed?" I'm like, "What
Oh
the
my
fuck?
God.
You're 10."
This child's a monster.
Child was savage as fuck. And so, yeah, okay, apparently that just reminded me because you were like, "Oh, the horse looks sad. Are you depressed?" What? So apparently I'm depressed Joe with the sword, with a knife, and who can't throw a fishing line because I throw like a girl.
How do you throw a fishing
How
line
do you
like a girl?
fish like a girl? Is what I want. You whip it. You whoop her.
Yo, pa. What gets me is that like it was a girl telling that to you. Like it was a girl
It was
saying,
a
"You do this like a
10-year-old
girl."
child.
Yeah.
You threw it like a girl.
Girl.
Are you depressed? I am now. Anyway.
I don't know why, but like after hearing that, like and picturing that conversation, I just hear the Friends theme. No one told me life was gonna be this way. Like, I feel like that-
depressed because the girl said that. Never mind.
I feel like that verse is like perfect. You throw like a girl. Are you depressed? No one told me life was gonna be this way.
I am my own sitcom.
I had the perfect sitcom moment with my mom the other day. I went to dinner with my mom, and so they're building a new bike trail by where we're at because we still live in the same like neighborhood together.
Yeah.
But we also both work in downtown together. Not like we don't work in the same space, but like, we both work in downtown, so we take a similar route to there. I take a sort of a different route that converges onto the same one she takes, but so she gets on this route on an on-ramp. They closed that on-ramp down because they're building a new bike trail.
Ah.
And she's never been more livid because
I mean,
it is keeping everyone from getting to work on time, and also so she was going on a rant about how it was like, are my tax dollars being used for a bike lane, and I don't like bicycles and shit like that. It was fun. She's not an angry person, but like it was hilarious to like watch her get livid about it.
dang. If only people could vote for things they want. Yikes.
But anyways, so like I was just very like it is what it is, man. Like I don't know what to tell you. It's like our tax dollars get used every day for shit that we don't care about or want, but there's nothing I can do about it. And so she's like, "Well, aren't you more mad?" She's like, "Do you ride bikes?" I was like, "No." She's like, "So are you ever gonna be on the bike trail?" I was like, "I don't think so." She's like, "Are you gonna take your car on the bike trail?" I was like, "Maybe."
Probably. Can I take
I was
an
like,
ATV?
"Maybe," and she just had this like staring at me like pause. It was like a perfect sitcom moment. And then she just started busting out laughing. I was like, I did a good job today.
Insert bass line from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I always have to tell you to drive safe, and you say, no, I'll drive recklessly.
But yeah, I drive recklessly because you tell me to drive safe.
So it's a bet.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Exactly.
So if I told you to drive recklessly, you drive safe.
That's what Cheryl did, yeah. And look what happened. I got home safe. Out of spite.
Out of spite!
She wanted me to
No
drive...
hidden bodies today, no sir. God dang it.
No cutting people off within an inch of... within an inch of distance between us.
I forget what the meme was, but it was it was the one of from Rick and Morty of Jerry sitting in the car. He's like, human music. But the caption was something like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not me not getting mad about somebody cutting me off because I'm following them home. Oof. That got me. I've never seen anybody actually get mad about tax dollars except one time. And it's the reason I no longer care about any of this.
Like, I always see it, like, on TV.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But it was my grandfather. And I loved my grandfather. Rest his soul. Beautiful, most sarcastic human on the
He
planet.
was a wonderful man.
We
Took
were
very good care of us.
Absolutely, he did. We were we were driving through, I don't remember what part of town it was, but they had just did this like beautification project on the side of this hill, and we're passing it. He looks over, does a glance, looks back, and he just says under his breath, "They can't fix the fucking potholes on my street, but they plant this shit." And then never mentions it again. We're just like, Grandpa. His poor street.
I mean,
though,
he's
not wrong. He's not wrong. But
well, I mean, dude, because think of like when you get to my part of town, literally like when you get to my part of town, right next to where they spent a shit ton of money on building this big fucking marble sign that says with an archway that says "Welcome to this part of town."
Beautiful, massive archway.
Yeah,
It's
right
got
next
flowers,
to it is
benches.
just a fucking like sprinkling of potholes.
For an entire hill. That hill is a mile long.
Yeah.
And there are potholes up the entire thing. This hill also has a bike lane.
That bike lane's fine because like it didn't actually.
Is it?
Yeah, because they didn't actually like cut into like so. Literally, all they did was they turned a. All it was just like a. It was just.
It was a third
shoulder.
lane, and they.
No, it was just a shoulder.
a shoulder.
Yeah, it was just shoulders. They just turned the shoulders into bike lanes.
Great. People fly down that hill at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah,
would not
even though
wanna
it's a
be on-
35-mile-per-hour road.
I would not want to be on a bike on that hill.
Yeah, there's a reason why I don't think I ever see anybody. Yeah, they put bike lanes there. No one ever uses them. Gee, I wonder why.
There are still sidewalks.
Because they don't want to get.
Why wouldn't you just use the sidewalk? I feel like that's a little safer.
There's legal stuff behind. I don't know why there is, but there is, and like it's one of those things where,
Wait,
like
seriously?
I said,
Are you not allowed to ride a bike on a sidewalk?
not if you're not if you're above a certain age.
Pardon me?
Yeah, I know, right? It's fucking weird. Like
What?
why? Like yeah, like out of all the things to make laws about.
They're not gonna fix the potholes, but they're gonna pull you over for that. Joe,
I thought it was funny
there's
because
hard-
so when I'm at work and I have absolutely nothing to do, I literally just watch like if I'm all caught up on my like other content that I like to watch, it's just I just watch like these crazy car crash videos.
Okay.
And at the end of one of them, for some reason, there was just like it was just a cop pulling over a bicyclist, and all it is just 4.5 minutes of a bicyclist going off on a cop because the cop pulled him over for riding his bike like on a highway. He's like, well, and then the guy was like, well, I can't ride my bike on the sidewalk because the law says I have to be. I can't ride it on the sidewalk after a certain age. And then he's just doing the most like entitled,
Ooh.
like yeah, it's like
Uh-oh.
yeah, it's like the most entitled speech. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You see, you mentioned you watch car crash videos.
Yeah.
Also, you are like the most metal of metal people I know, and
Oh,
the
thank
fact that
you.
you watch real car crashes adds to that. See, I watch the beam.ng driving, the game car
Yeah.
crashes. Those are cool.
Those are cool.
Those are fun. My
have
godson.
you ever played like there's an actual like demolition derbies?
Oh yeah,
Have you ever played the demolition game?
the PS1.
No, it's like a game on Steam, I think. It's
No, but I have played the PS1 version and it's trash.
yeah, I know. It's actually this one's actually good.
Oh, there you go. All right,
Yeah,
not.
I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
It's actually really fucking funny.
Exciting. But yeah, my godson just calls it Crash Cars.
Crash Cars.
And he loves watching those videos. His favorite Disney movie is Cars.
yeah.
And he loves watching those crash videos.
I am Speed.
To the point where he will be driving somewhere and he'll scream to his dad, "Ooh,